So I'm 14 and I've been on self-improvement for 1 year. I'm going to the gym, meditating, journaling, reading, like doing a lot of the good habits, stopped most of the bad habits. I'm eating clean, I'm very, very good on self-improvement. I'm improving myself very well, everything's great, right? But I have so much guilt. I feel so much shame and anxiety. And I feel a little fear that I won't get my future wife. Because all of the advice I would hear on social media and on YouTube and all that is that you need to talk to as many women as possible. You need to cold approach as much girls as possible and have as much experience so that when you meet your future wife, so you can talk to her and flirt with her and all that. So I went out of my house and I started cold approaching. And I honestly, I got rejected a lot, but also some of them were very receptive. Some of them were very receptive and all that, but I got rejected a lot. And that of course made me sad. But day by day, as I kept cold approaching, because cold approaching would take me like 2 to 3 hours maybe. Like it would take me a long time. Right, going out of my house, going to the mall, going to the garden under my house, going to these random places, and any girl I see, I try to talk to her, right? Even if it's like directions or whatever. And day by day, I kept doing that for maybe 3 months, 4 months, and I honestly felt depressed at that point. I felt very, very sad. Because I felt like I was chasing women. I felt like I was needy. I was really running after women and they were actually running away from me. Like I was. I felt like that loser kid again, that kid who really kept chasing women and they would just run away from him and be disgusted by him. Not only that, my mental health, I started slacking off on my meditation and my journaling. My mental health I started getting suicidal thoughts again. The depressive thoughts, the sad thoughts. I stopped going to the gym. I stopped reading. I slacked off on my self-improvement journey completely, and that made me so depressed. And I just felt like a bitch, honestly. And I had this choice to make. Should I focus on girls or should I focus on myself? Because it's either one or the other. And I'm telling you, the right decision always will be to focus on yourself. It will always be that way, and I will explain to you exactly why. Now, that story that I said, of course, I'm past that stage, I'm happy again. I stopped that cold approaching bullshit, and I'll explain to you why it's bullshit. And now I'm focusing on myself, and I've made the most progress I have ever made in my entire life. I work 6 hours a day on this YouTube channel. I work out every single day. I meditate every single day, journal, read for 1 hour every day. I'm the best version of myself, and what's the weird thing, bro? I am the most attractive version of myself. This is the most attractive I have ever been to girls in my entire life. I didn't cold approach. I didn't, try to get experience and all this BS and chase women. I chased my goals. And when I chased my goals, girls will chase you. It's that simple. Because the thing is, bro, when you chase a woman, I will give you the straight up the dynamic that the modern dating world is running by, basically. So this is basically how the modern world is running, alright? 90% of men chasing girls, right? Are chasing women, putting them on a pedestal. But women run away from them. And actually, women chase something else. They chase the top 10% of men. And if you don't believe me, bro, look at every single guy who gets tons and tons of girls. Look at Andrew Tate, look at Dan Bilzerian, look at Hamza, Iman Gadzhi, all these guys, like Jose Zuniga, all these guys who get tons and tons of girls, who are so attractive and irresistible to women. They never focus on this bullshit of cold approaching and trying to talk as many girls as possible and getting experience. They focus on their goals, and the more they focus on their goals, the more girls focus on them. It's that simple. This is the dynamic. You can either be in the 90% of men who are total losers and lonely and very needy, or you can be in the top 10% of men. And I'm sorry, I forgot to draw this. 10% of men chase their goals. This is literally how the dating scene is working nowadays. This is how it's working right now as I'm talking to you. You can either be in the top 90% to chase the girls, and the girls actually chase the top 10% who chase their goals. Now your goals, because you probably, and I know you're a man, bro, you're not a pussy. You want to be in the top 10% of men. And you want to chase goals, but you don't really know what goals to chase, right? So, in order to chase your goals, I'm just gonna explain why this is. Like, why are women chasing the top 10% of men? And then we'll get into the goals part. So basically, I've explained this in a long ass video called The Most Seductive Trait in the World, but I'll explain it again simply. The most seductive trait in the world is becoming the alpha male. So the alpha male is like the guy in the top of the social hierarchy, and he gets all the women, right? But the thing is, the alpha male, he doesn't focus on the women, he focuses on improving. He focuses on becoming the best, and the girls focus on him. It's that simple. Another reason why you should focus on yourself, not on girls. I'm gonna try to draw this, but it's very difficult to explain, but I'll try to explain it as best as possibly. But basically, all right, I have an idea in mind. Right? This is the male SMV graph, and this right here is like the peak, of course, and this is your value, and this right here is age. Okay, so I don't know how I'm gonna draw this, but so this right here is like 10, this is 25, this is 30, this is like a rough graph of the male SMV. This is how it works, right? So you are a man, right? So when you're from 10 to 25 years old, your age, right? This is the lowest your SMV will ever be in your life. Understand this, right? You are at the lowest SMV ever. You are at the lowest sexual market value you could ever have, right? Because you're young. And with men, the older you are, the more attractive you are to women, right? So it literally makes no sense to focus on women at this point, because you are the least attractive. You have no, I don't want to sound offensive, honestly, but you are not attractive, and it's not your fault. It's because of this. You don't have that much confidence. You don't have that much wisdom. You don't have life experience. So women aren't gonna be as attracted to you as when you're older, as you understand. So this right here, this place right here, all you should do is improve yourself. Like, you should religiously improve yourself. You shouldn't even worry about women at all, right? Don't even worry about them, right? You should only focus on improving yourself so you can become the best man. Now, from, I'd say, 30, this like range, from like, I'd say 30 to 40 years old, this is your peak. This is right here. This is when you should basically date, because you are so attractive at this point, right? And when you improve yourself, you know, you have a 10 out of 10 physique, because this right here, you have 10 years to just focus on improve yourself. You will have a 10 out of 10 physique. You will have so much money. You will make millions, honestly. You will have so much knowledge from the books you read, from the life experience you have. You will have so good mental health. So when you date here and you improve yourself, you can literally get any woman you want. You have all the options. You can literally get any woman you want, because your SMV by age is the highest, and your value as well is the highest. So you should focus on yourself, bro. Please, bro. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on the girls in the school and the girls in your class. And I'll explain to you why you are so attracted to them, and they might not like you. If you are on self-improvement, they will be attracted to you, but you should still not be focused on them, right? You should only be focused on yourself, and when you focus on yourself, the girls will focus on you. Now, this is for men. This chart right here is for men, all right? But for women, it's a bit different, right? For women, it's the exact opposite. I'll try to draw this as well as possible, but right here's like 10, 16, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying this, and this will absolutely like blow your mind. So when a girl is 10, 12, she's not really that attractive, or she's like really cute and all that, but girls and women are, when they're younger, their SMV is the highest. And the thing about SMV for women is their SMV, they're kind of born with it. Like, their genetics dictates their attractiveness, basically. So, and I know that's a bit sad, like they can't really change how they are. Like 90% of their attraction is just based on genetics. Like, yeah, she could put on makeup and do surgeries and all that, but she can't really do anything about it, right? But that's not the point here. The point here is when a girl is 10, 12, 16, 17, all this is her peak SMV. When she's young, when girls are younger, we are more attracted to them. That is why you really, really want to focus on girls. You want to cold approach and want to go and talk to as many women as possible, because you are so attracted to girls. But the problem is they are not attracted to you because your SMV is at its lowest and her SMV is at its highest. So the only thing you can do, literally the only thing you can do, is to improve yourself. That's the only option you have. All right? I really hope you understood this, bro. Like, I genuinely want to help you. I really, really hope you understood it, bro. Like, we cannot focus on women because our SMV is at its lowest, me and you, and their SMV is at its highest. So it's this weird thing where we are so obsessed and attracted to them, and they really don't give a shit about us because we're so young, right? So I really hope you understood this, bro. But the next point I want to go on is, and I'll actually make a separate video on this, but what goals should you chase? How should you improve yourself so that when you reach that period, you can get your future wife like this, right? There are basically, I call these like the 5 pillars of self-improvement. So goals, and you should do these daily, right? So first of all is exercise. Then meditate. And these are in no order, like I'm just writing them down. Journal and reading. And if you're advanced, like if you're a freaking G, business. These are the 5 main habits of self-improvement: exercise, meditate, journal, read, and business. Have an online business. Now, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you should be obsessed with these things. Like, pick one of these, or actually do all 5 of these if you're a real G, but do these and try to do them every single day. Now, the problem is, how do you do these every single day? Like, it's very difficult and all that. But you're gonna use a strategy I call, and I got this from the gym, honestly, is progressive overload. And you probably know what progressive overload is, right? It's lifting progressively heavier and heavier weights to stress a muscle. Like, if you've been in the gym for a long time, you probably know what progressive overload is slowly adding weight. We can do the same thing with our habits. Like, imagine this. Imagine, I'll actually draw this. Imagine we have a beginner and he wants to bench 100 kilos. He wants to bench it straight away, and he's a beginner. What will happen if he tries to bench that 100 kilo? Well, he wouldn't be able to lift it at all, right? He would actually get injured. his bones will, like, tons of bad things will happen. Like his muscles might tear, might get bone injuries, his nervous system might break down. It'll be pretty bad, right? It'll be pretty bad if he tries to bench it, if he's just a beginner who didn't touch a weight. But what he can do is he can progressive overload. He can start with 20 kgs and then 30, 40, 50, then 60, and keep adding weight until he can reach that 100 kg. It's that simple, right? So the same way that you progressively overload, you build habits. So this is what I want you to do. This is the actionable step that I want you to do. If you want to focus on yourself and improve yourself and get as much women as possible and make girls actually chase you, listen to what I'm about to say. You're gonna get a piece of paper and you're gonna do something like this. Two, three, four, five. Right. So you're gonna draw on your paper 5 like lanes, and one of them you're gonna write meditate, the other you're gonna write journal, then you're gonna write workout, then read, and just a bonus one, an additional one, like this is honestly all you need. But just a bonus one, if you really want to improve yourself, is sleep early. And you just make this on a paper. This is what we call a habit tracker. And you put this on your wall and you try to do these things every day. And just like I said with the progressive overload example, you start with the most minimal thing. You do just one mindful breath and you just check off meditation, right? You find just one thing you're grateful for, you write it down, like I'm grateful for this YouTube channel, you check it. Workout, you do just one push-up, you check this. You read just one sentence, not even one page, one sentence. You check it off. And sleep early. If you sleep before 12 p.m., then you check it. It's that simple. Now, what if you didn't do one of them? You didn't sleep early. You have to do an X on it. You have to. There's no other way. You have to do an X on it, and this teaches you 100% self-accountability. You can't just skip it. You can't leave that open. You have to check it off, right? And what will happen actually is the next day, you will see that you didn't do this. So you will actually see, I didn't sleep early yesterday, so I will try to sleep early today, and you actually will sleep early. So this is how you improve yourself, basically. You improve your life. Bro, focus on yourself. Don't focus on girls. And I promise you, when you focus on yourself, you can literally get any woman you want. When you chase goals, girls will chase you. Weak men chase girls. Girls chase strong men chase their goals. Pick which one you want to be from. Oh my God. Pick which one you want to be from these 4. As always, we're in this together. and we're gonna make it. I promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.